Hey, this is Kevin with Beer 49. We have another beer review for you today. This one, Baranof Island Brewing Company out of Sitka has their Sitka Spruce Tip Ale for us to try today. A taste of the Tongass, referring to the Tongass National Forest, which is a taiga type of forest. It's basically a rainforest that isn't a jungle, and there's a lot of Sitka spruce there, so you can get the spruce tips to make a nice beer such as this. I haven't tried any of the Baranof Island beers in the bottle. They started in 2010 and more recently have been able to ramp up production and sell their beer in Anchorage, and I am about to enjoy my first taste of one of their beers. All right, so we got a nice orange ambery looking beer here. So probably gonna get a little more rich malt character that might complement the spruce tips kind of characteristic fruity note, kind of comes across as raspberry jam a little bit, or rose hips. If it is nice and fresh, there's only a 3-day window for picking the Sitka spruce tips. As if you wait too long, they just get piney and resiny and gross. But there's a lot of great opportunities to utilize spruce tips, which are high in vitamin C, FYI. So now we got it. It's a little hazy, as expected for a lot of craft brew, especially with dry hopping or other herbal additions is going to be common. And let's get that head built up just a little more. Very nice. All right, let's do a little drive-by and see what we think. Okay, got some rich malt, a little earthy hop note, and it's a little tiny fruity note. Let's get a little more investigation. Yeah, so I didn't get it much in the aroma, but it's definitely there in the flavor, is that kind of rose hip and kind of jammy, little resiny, sprucey character. So it could be that you've got resiny, piney hops like Centennial or some of the traditional American hops, complementing that sprucey element of the spruce tips, but also you have that jammy, fruity quality. And like I said, it's kind of rose hips. There's a little bit of a slight sharp note there, that herbal quality. So I think they used a lot of spruce tips in this because it comes across very strong in the flavor, which is probably a good strategy to also make it sit well in the bottle and have a long life of the character of the spruce tips by doing it very aggressively. And underneath there's a nice bit of malt character, not especially caramel or toffee, but there's a touch of that caramel note there, really, really subtle, that is just there to make a nice backbone for these flavors to unfold upon. So let me get a little more analysis. Yeah, I don't get the spruce tips in the aroma as much. There's definitely a little bit of jammy goodness there, but it's really, really strong present in the flavor. And so that's an excellent use. And also, it's not just a one note, it is the jammy quality and herbal, sprucey quality. Like I said, that could be hops complementing, it could be spruce tips, providing that resiny spruciness as well. Wouldn't be surprised if it was the spruce tips, right? So there's a lot of dimension there in the flavor. The finish is not bitter. It's got that kind of herbal kind of note to it, kind of slightly, I wouldn't say sharp or astringent, but it's got a little strong herbal note in the finish that I think is pretty nice because it is not bitterness like hops, but it is something that helps dry out the palate on the end. And so it's kind of an equivalent, and I think that's pretty tasty. And I very much enjoy this. This is going to appeal to people who like spruce tips and kind of piney, resiny hop profiles or other kind of that resiny character in beer, and there's a nice bit of malt there, but it's not super sweet despite being that fruity, jammy quality. So I'd say it's pretty well balanced. It is a little more on the richer, fruity side than, say, an IPA drinker would be used to. So yeah, if you enjoy beers with a decent malt profile and a nice spruce tip, jammy, fruity, sprucey, resiny kind of panoply there, you'll be well served by this, and certainly I'm enjoying it, and I'm going to enjoy more of it. Prost.